Oh, hi. Today we're going to talk about some gay stuff. Specifically, the Queer Ultimatum. I know I'm late to the game here. I didn't just watch it, I've already watched it. I've seen a few things pop up about it lately, and I have thoughts, and I want to talk about it. I'm curious what everybody else thinks. And I'm not here to judge individual cast members. I'm not even going to talk about really what happened on the show. I mainly just want to talk about the show as a whole. I would feel really weird getting on here and just talking about the people on the show because I don't know them. One, two, it's really easy to make edits and make somebody look a certain way when they aren't actually that way. So as I'm watching, I try not to judge too much because, yeah, it's just easy to get done dirty in the edit. I would love to sit down with all the people who have been on the show and just be like, all right, were you done dirty in the edit? But yeah, so I'm just going to hold back judgments on individuals and their decisions because that's not my life. But I do want to talk about the show itself, the existence of the show and the concept. Very interesting. But before I even talk about that, we have to talk about what a lot of people have talked about, and that is why the fuck is the host straight? Now, I have no issues with this host. I loved her ass on Reba. I loved me some Reba. I have no issues with her as a person, as an actress, whatever. I don't think she does a bad job hosting. I'm just curious why the host is straight. And this isn't an original idea. A lot of people have said this. I just want to reiterate it. I don't understand that at all. I thought it was very sweet what I believe AJ did to kind of offer her some comfort during I think it was the live show, the reunion. I think that was a really kind thing to do because it really isn't about her. But I do find myself getting a little frustrated when you have a straight white woman, and she's not even bi. It's not like she is a queer person that is married to a man. I'm pretty sure she has said online that she is a heterosexual, which is fine. But why are you hosting the show? When someone approaches you to host a queer show and you know you're not a queer person, at what point are at what point are these people just gonna say, hey, I don't think this job is for me. I love that you thought of me. I love that you wanted me to do this. I think that maybe you should find a queer person. I have experienced relationships before, but I've never experienced queer relationships. And I'm sorry, but they are not the same. They're not the same. You can't relate to a queer person and queer people's experiences. Like, you just can't. It's just frustrating. I'm annoyed. I don't know what else to say, but like, that's fucking annoying. One of the big reasons why it's so annoying to me is because there are so many fucking queer people, lesbians. There are so many people online that you could ask. And I have a hard time believing that they asked a bunch of gay people, but no one wanted to do it. The main reason why I'm making this video is because Rose and Rosie popped up, and they were kind of talking about it, and I was cooking dinner tonight, and I was just listening to it in the background. Love them. They were one of my OG lesbian couple watches. And, like, great example, them. Like, it's kind of like at least ask. I've listed off, like, Rose and Rosie. I don't know that this would be a big get, but like Tig, May, and Fortune, three queer people. The Belairs, I don't know if they would be interested, but having one or both of them would be really funny. There's some like lesbian YouTubers that are pretty known for commentary and just being a voice for the queer community. Brianne Williamson, Amber's Closet. Jade Fox is another one that I'm obsessed with. I watch Jade's like outfit videos, and I don't know, I just love listening to her speak about like life stuff. You got another podcast trio, Ashley, Gavin, Mac, and Elena. There's just so many people that are so vocal and so present online. And like, it's not even a dig to the host, but it's not like she's like an A-list celebrity. I honestly think that there are some of these people that I've listed off that would potentially bring even more viewers to the show because they have fans of their own. I'm sure that the host has fans. I'm sure she has fans. But I don't think she has an immense number of fans that are only watching the show because of her. And there are people out there, I think, that would watch it if you got one of these people to host it. Especially like it's a funny concept in my opinion. A comedian type host that can also be serious when it needs to be serious. I don't know. I think it would totally change the feel of the show. I think in my brain when I'm watching the show and they're talking about all this stuff like their marriage, and they're using same thing with Love is Blind. When they're using certain terms that are like very serious, and it's like we all know that this is an experiment. It's hard for me to take it so seriously because the concept is kind of silly. So I feel like bringing in a comedian that could be serious when times are serious, but also kind of be cracking jokes because it's fucking silly. I don't know. And then honestly, pull a past cast member. I think Mal would be an amazing one. I don't know if they would have any interest, but it needs to be a queer person. I'm sorry. And then that goes into my next point, which is, are all the producers straight? Are all the producers of this show straight? There has to be a queer producer out there. Especially if you're going to do all lesbians, there has to be a lesbian producer out there. I'm trying not to make assumptions based on something that I don't know. I don't know what it looks like behind the scenes. I know what I can make assumptions on based on things that have happened or haven't happened. Best example, no mention of pronouns whatsoever in season 1. You can't tell me you had a gay person or a lesbian or a queer person that is involved in queer culture and is very involved in our community. You can't tell me that you had a queer person involved behind the scenes. I know I looked all 4 of the producers, at least on season 2, I think. I know for sure 2 of them are in hetero relationships, marriages with kids. I don't know. They could be queer. The other 2, I couldn't find for sure. Maybe they're queer. But if you are queer, that honestly makes it worse based on some of the things. I just don't get it. I just can't imagine making like a show and being like, let's make a show about straight people. But I'm going to get a whole behind the scenes, I'm going to get a whole like production team of queer people. Honestly, that would be funny. But that's just because I'm biased towards queer people. I just don't get it. I don't get why you wouldn't, no one's saying don't produce it, but you can't bring on like a queer person to be involved and kind of just be like your queer representative. I don't know. So to have someone or have a team calling the shots that have probably never even had queer experiences before, that's an assumption, I don't know, allegedly. It's just weird to me. I don't really know how much more I could say about that, but just I think it's the lack of pronouns in season 1, while there were multiple cast members that went by they, them, or she, that, like, it would be different if everyone identified, that would be another problem if everyone identified as she, her, but it would be different if no one identified that way. No, actually it wouldn't, because, like, just, like, that is a part of queer culture. And I know that's, like, a big talking point from Republicans and, like, conservative people, the whole pronoun thing, but it's, like, pronouns are a huge part of queer culture. So the fact that you didn't realize putting those as part of the show, that's crazy. That's crazy. I was talking about how it's really hard to take it super seriously because it is kind of a silly thing. Like, one person wants to get married, the other person doesn't. I need to go on this TV show to figure out if I do want to get married, and the way that we're going to do that, we're going to trade partners-ish. I'm going to date a bunch of people, and then I'm going to pick a partner to have a pretend marriage, but I'm going to talk about it like it is a real marriage, which I'm not even in with my partner, but I'm going to pretend like I'm in it. It just is crazy and silly to me. My thoughts on that is just, the concept is so interesting that if you have to go on a show to figure out if you want to marry your partner, you probably just want to be on a show. And that is okay. We're all watching it. Like, we're all enjoying it. We're all loving having some commentary on it with our friends, privately, publicly. It's just so hard to take it seriously. And I just think it's okay if you want to just, like, be on a show. I don't know. I just think you don't even really need the show to do what the show is doing. I think that you probably could just say, hey, maybe we should take some time apart. Maybe we should go on dates with other people and see how that makes us feel. Like, I'm having a hard time committing. Maybe we should take a step back. We'll stay together, but maybe we need to kind of like go out into the world without each other and experience life without each other. Maybe we should try that. No cameras. No bad edits. Just you trying to figure out shit with your partner. Because, see, I can understand going on Love is Blind. You're trying to find a partner. Obviously, you still, like, probably just want to go on a TV show. But at least you're going into it alone and you're trying to meet people. And you do meet people. Seems like I'm just, I guess, using Love is Blind as the example in this situation. But, like, it does seem as though cast members come out with, at a minimum, friends from the show. Whether they walk away with love or not, they're at least walking away with people, new people in their lives that maybe weren't there before. So that's at least cool. And honestly, same with this one, The Ultimatum. It's just such a different mindset. Blind dates, reality TV to meet people, tale as old as time. But going on a show with your partner and being like, I want to get married, I don't. Let's figure it out. I want to talk to some of these like people on the show. I have questions. I want to know how the topic came up, because I feel as though these people just want to be on a reality TV show. To reiterate, that's okay. No judgment. I love it. I love the entertainment. But I just wonder, is it like, oh my God, okay, let's like try to be on the show. Like, yeah, our relationship could be better. Let's just like do it and let's have this experience or whatever. Or are these people having like dead ass conversations where they're like, look, honey, we're having problems. Like, I think that if we want to solve them, we need to go on The Ultimatum. We need to be mic'd up. We need to have cameras following us. That's what needs to happen. I just want to know. I don't want to know. I need to know. Because me and Sid, my girlfriend, like, we like eat that shit up. We love watching it. It's so entertaining. It's fun to gab about. But we do like laugh every time we're watching. It's just like looking at each other like, it's so nice knowing we will never be on that show. We will never be in that position. Because it just feels like if I find myself in that position, I'm probably just breaking up. What other thoughts do I have? That was really my main big ones, is why is this show led by so many straight people? The show would only be better if there were more queer people behind the scenes. And I think that it's a silly concept, and I think that you probably just want to be on a reality show, and we're all okay with that. We're all okay with that. What I want is a queer Love is Blind. And look, I know that's difficult to do. You know, you've got a bunch of lesbians. Maybe you have mask-leaning lesbians on one, or mask-leaning queer people. It doesn't have to be lesbians. Mask-leaning queer people. And then you have, like, femme-leaning queer people. Maybe you do it that way. I understand that the goal of the show for Love is Blind, sorry, we're pivoting here. We're to Love is Blind, but really wanting a queer season. Because here's my thoughts on this. That would make such better TV if you're going on blind dates during the day, and then at night, everyone in the houses are probably also fucking. Do you know how fucking entertaining that would be? Do you know the level of drama that would be taking place? I know it would be hard to control, hard to contain. Exactly. I feel like they should at least try it if they haven't already. You could do a house of bisexual people of all genders in each side. I know the goal is the whole blind part of it, but it's also just a dating show. So maybe it's not called Love is Blind. Maybe it's like a spin-off, kind of like The Ultimatum, and it's something else. And it's just Love is Love. The show's just called Love is Love. A bunch of bisexual people together, but they're also blind dating. But they may meet someone in the house, and they may hit it off. Another thing. It's another spinoff of Love is Blind. You pick all your contestants. You show pictures. They see pictures of everyone, but they don't meet. They don't meet. They know nothing about them. They don't know their name. They know nothing. They just see pictures. So they know who's in the other side. But as they're meeting in the pods, they kind of know, and they're like, okay, is this that really hot person? Is this, I really hope this is, that could be really a whole nother test of things if you kind of know what's going on over there. Because you could probably weed some people out too. You could pick your first rounds of people, show those people all the pictures, and if someone is like, I'm not attracted to any of those people, then you can just like, because this could be problematic. I know it's not about looks, but you do have to be attracted to someone on some level, in some capacity. You have to be attracted to your partner. So that's all I'm saying, is that could make things interesting. Or you even hang all the pictures up in their house. You just like have the pictures printed of all the people that are in the other house. You're talking to these people. You're trying to match up. Or maybe that's the show. You still use the pods. You have a bunch of people on one side. You could even commingle. Once again, you could be having some dramatic shit happening. People hooking up while simultaneously meeting people in the pods. The goal is, it's like a team thing. This house against this house. We're trying to match voices to faces. So you're like, as a team, as a collective, you're like, no, I know that this is this person. That could be fun. Not that you needed any more concepts for reality TV, but I find it interesting. I think it could be funny. And I just want them to do a Queer Love is Blind in some way so badly. It would be so funny. I also feel like the viewership of a Queer Love is Blind would be astronomically higher even than the ultimatum. Because I do, as I've said a million times already, like, the concept is kind of silly, kind of crazy, kind of wild. That's why we tune in, though. But Love is Blind, like, people eat that shit up, including myself. I just don't think, and because it seems as though all these producers and all these people involved are straight, they probably haven't spent much time in queer spaces or really immersed themselves in queer culture to know how fucking funny, how fucking fun, how incredible queer people actually are. Like, to actually find a big group of, like, dope, silly, funny, incredible queer people, even just, like, put them all in a house and, like, roll cameras. I believe with queer people, you don't even need a concept for a show. You could quite literally pick 20 people, put them in a house in paradise, and just film. And just see what unfolds. See what drama goes down. See the silliness. Like, I'm telling you, queer community, I can't. We have been in our going out era this summer, and we have been having so much fun with so many different people, and it just, I don't know. I feel like we need more queer reality TV. I think we can do better than the ultimatum, personally. No shade to anyone who's been on there. I mean, there's some shade to some people. That really derailed. But my main beef is just that it's clear that the decision makers in that show are straight and are not in the loop of queer culture. So, get someone gay back there. I beg of you. So, have y'all seen Temptation Island? We watched that. I had no idea what it was about. Just was like, this will be funny. Let's just, like, throw it on in the background. The way we got so sucked in, my jaw was, like, resting on the floor pretty much the whole time. A queer Temptation Island, y'all. Gay men Temptation Island. Honestly, a mixture of both gay men and lesbian. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, put queer people on these fucking shows. Yeah, I think that's my ramblings for now. I'm sure there's other things, but yeah, I should have prepped more for this, but I just saw that video and was like, I just want to talk about this because I'm so confused. Why is everyone straight? Well, thank you for watching. If you have watched this far, I'm sure it's a small percentage of people, and that's okay, because I just like talking and being gay. Don't you? I haven't decided what I want to talk about next week. I'm trying to keep this train on the rails here. It kind of makes me want to talk about kind of in a similar trajectory, maybe like branching off of this video. I think it'd be interesting to talk about the conversation about straight people in queer spaces, because I definitely have a lot of thoughts on that one. That one is a really tough one because I can absolutely see both sides. I hate to be that person, but I can see where people are coming from both sides. I lean more towards one or the other depending on the scenario. So maybe we can talk about that next week. I really want to get my gay friends' feedback as well and hear what they have to say. So anyways, thanks for hanging. That's Hirsch. He's in the crack. That's where he likes to be. Hirsch? Are you asleep in the crack? I think he's asleep in the crack. Face first in the crack. So, alrighty. Well, comment below who you think should host the Queer Ultimatum. And if you comment a straight person, I swear to God. Okay, bye.